probably would be good to have colors. Those help. I set up and forgot to grab them. I don't know about anybody else, but I had a really, really rough weekend. So I am looking forward to relaxing and just chilling out. I know it takes a little while for people to make their way in. Oh, hey, I didn't know I could do that. Let's try this. Oops. Sorry if I kicked off on you there. Doesn't look like anybody popped in, but still not trying to disappear on people. While I have a second, I'm just trying to figure out where I put my pencil sharpener. I was not very organized or prepared this morning, apparently. But that's okay. We have a really cute picture. We can actually sit and relax. We're going to start out with a nice bright green for the kitty's eyes. For obvious reasons, I am not going even sort of natural coloring for this cat. We're going to have fun. He's going to be wild and borderline psychedelic and a little bit bonkers. And I make no apologies. This week was one of those weeks that if you work retail, I'm sure you had them, where just everybody was awful for no apparent reason. So, cute and fun and fluffy fits the bill. And of course, I know people want pictures of the kittens and everything, and those will be up later. Or videos of the kittens, I guess. Hello, welcome in. We are coloring ridiculous things today. For whatever reason, let me check my chat settings because I figured out it likes to filter. There we go. Now if you say hello to me, I should actually be able to see it. For some reason, it automatically sets a filter to show me top messages only, which doesn't do me a crazy lot of good. So I hope everybody had a nice weekend. I had a rough one for work, but honestly, I got to come home and play with kittens. So, I mean, it's not all bad. There's definitely no complaint there. I think we're going to switch greens because I can. Now, I have learned if you do chat with me if you type in my chat, for whatever reason, when I post the video later, it doesn't show it, so I get to look like a crazy person talking to herself and answering imaginary questions, which is kind of fun and really, honestly, kind of funny. I'm not even mad about it. So, this is one of those things I hope to bring relaxation to people on a level similar to the relaxation it brings me doing this sort of thing. My birds have been a little bonkers today. I do have my headset in, but if they decide to be bonkers again, I can't promise you won't hear them because that is just who they are. But I don't actually overly mind if my pets decide to pop up in my streams or my videos because they are a huge part of my life. And I am not even a little bit ashamed of the amount of them I have. Hello to everybody who has recently popped in. It doesn't tell me who you are if you don't say anything in chat. So it doesn't. Oh, hello, Emma. And hopefully, I finally figured out the settings to where it will tell me anytime somebody sends something in the chat. Somehow or another, my settings got. Nope. Why did it? Did you pull your message or did you, my moderator, for some reason, pull it? I don't know. Well, for some reason, my phone has decided that you saying hi was inappropriate. Either that or you figured out how to delete your message, which honestly, I haven't figured out that one myself either. But we are doing a very ridiculous and very cute little cat. For pretty easy, obvious reasons. We are not trying to make this look like a naturally occurring cat because it would not work. I don't think I've ever seen a cat with flowers growing in it, so. But I am having fun using all of the different shades of green that I have. And I have kind of an insane amount of them. I have a lot of pretty much every color. So did anybody do anything interesting for their weekend that they would like to chit chat about? And if you see the coloring books that I have on here, unless it's one that I've ordered from somewhere else, I do share those occasionally. These are all Dollar General. Cheapy little guys. $3 for a decent amount of entertainment. I have zero complaints on that. Let's see. Let's start actually getting some color in here. Well, that's a nice, cheerful tone. So, if you came in from Facebook, I hope that worked. I've never actually shared directly to it like that. It's kind of a neat thing. I didn't know I could do that. But yeah, we're just gonna color and relax and just enjoy a nice peaceful Monday, because that does actually happen. They do exist. Most of my Mondays are pretty chill. I did actually plan on working on my bird bath today, but for the first time in months, it decided to rain last night. So I've got to get it dried off and just double check it for any issues ahead of time. So hopefully we will be working on that tomorrow. I probably won't do a regular long form this week or today. I will definitely do them this week, just not today, because that was my next scheduled project. And I really just wasn't banking on rain because we've had so little of it lately. And the thing is designed to hold water, so therein lies the big problem. We're not being fancy, and we're not worried about it being perfect. This is not meant to stress us out, just relaxing, coloring because we've reached a point in life where we can. And sometimes the color escapes the line, whether you want it to or not. And that is just life. Sometimes things don't go the way we had planned. And you can't panic about it or freak out or throw screaming fits because it's not going to change things. Like for me, I'm now going to have to figure out how to make that part of the picture, which isn't too hard. We just actually need to color in the background for a change. Which, honestly, I'm not mad about because we can have a little bit of fun with this guy. I'm actually already really liking the way this guy is turning out. Excuse me. I think we're going to make... Let's see. Do we want to make the little flower or the butterfly? This color. I think we're going to do the butterfly. Because why not? There we go. So I will be trying to get in and actually get some content up about my dozen other pets in the coming weeks. I have been a little bit hung up on the cats and kittens for obvious reasons of late, but I don't want to become just a cat lady. I am somebody who loves all of the pets. Probably a little insane number of them, and I'll acknowledge that, but you know what? My life is not boring. It's actually quite fun. Yes, they test me on occasion. I may occasionally threaten to turn my birds into chicken nuggets, but I would never actually do it. No matter how hard they push the buttons, you still love them. Hello, Peanut. I hope you are enjoying your Monday. I do apologize if it takes me a second to respond. Thank you for that. I post a lot of random stuff. Mostly I do repairs and restorations on Yard Art, or occasionally I'll actually create my own. Sometimes I paint furniture. I have an insane amount of pets. I am a huge fan of my insane amount of pets. Currently, I have 5 more pets that I was not planning on having, but those are going to get new homes. I am not keeping all 5 of the kittens. I'm not making an absolute swear that I won't keep at least one. I have one blind cat who lives inside, one kitten that we're in the process of moving inside, and 3 cats that have recently been dropped on my property, one of which just had 5 kittens. Um, the cats that have been dropped, we get them healthy and we find them homes. The kittens, we might keep one or two, um, but we don't plan to. There we go. We're getting there. We're starting to make. We are definitely absurd, but I am down for some absurdity. There we go. Pets are definitely a lot of responsibility. So if you're still with parents, I would imagine taking their suggestions and sticking to one is not a bad plan. Well, not all of the cats have names at the moment because some of them have been dropped. My blind cat that lives in the house is Deimos. And then the kitten we're in the process of moving in the house is Mistra. The cat that had the kittens, we just call her Miss Kitty. And then I have Sunny and Zelda, the green cheek conures, which are very, very small parrots. Sweetie Pie and Calliope, the cockatiels. Peanut, Minnie, and Gizmo, the chinchillas. Hamothy and Fizzgig, the hamsters. And Kratos, the bearded dragon. And then I also have multiple fish tanks. Because why not? And there is Loki, the Mastiff mix rescue pup that we also happen to love very much. Yes, I have a lot of pets. I adore them. They are pretty much a full-time job. And I'm okay with that. But it's not for everybody. Thank you. I'm not doing all of my pets right now. That's one of those things I like to have prepare. I do prepared videos with the pets. When I'm just chilling, I just kind of want to stay where I'm at. But if you go through my channel, I have a ton of videos with them. I think at least everybody pops up at least once. Usually they're in my shorts, but I think one or two of them have popped up in a long form here and there. You are welcome to go do your thing. I'll still be here until I finish the picture. There we go. We're starting to get somewhere. My hand is going numb from holding that in place. I was thinking about doing these all different colors, but I decided not to do that because I do have a kind of a limited amount of time to work in. So we're not going to make more crazy work for myself than I already have. Excuse me for just one moment. Oh, you guys are kind of going with me here. Sorry to run off on you guys. Sounded like cats fighting, so I can't just leave that like that. I'm starting to think it was on the television. Yeah, people pop in and out on lives. I see them when they pop up. Now my cat, who I just went and checked on, is throwing an actual fit, so you might hear him. Yeah, I've seen it go up to 14, is I think the most I've had in at a time. I'm still very new to this, and I'm a small channel to begin with. Sometimes I am just sitting here talking to myself until somebody else pops in. I don't fuss either way. I enjoy the coloring, and I've been doing just regular videos long enough that I can sit here and chatter at myself no problem without feeling silly or anything. Which anytime and any platform, if you're doing lives, you don't want to just sit silent until there's somebody in your room. It is not raining here. It rained a lot last night, which is good. We needed that. Hopefully we'll get more over the next few days. But as I was saying, even when there's nobody in the room, I'm still chattering along. Because nobody wants to pop into utter silence unless that's actually what they're looking for. And silent streamers are usually, no, it is daytime for me. But your silent streamers usually will actually say that they are doing a silent stream. I am not capable of doing a silent stream. If I'm not chattering, I would be sitting here making oddball noises and things like that. And I'm not looking to end up being an oddball ASMR video person either. I couldn't keep a straight face doing that. I would have fun, but it would be some randomness. A lot of people don't. Excuse me. Pardon me as I squeak at you. A lot of people don't, but that's okay. I didn't for a very long time. I've only recently started doing them. Sorry, I had to stop and take a quick drink. I enjoy them. Some people enjoy doing them, some people don't. I like doing very relaxed things like this. But I don't show my face on my lives. I don't show my face on camera very often at all, to be perfectly honest. I'm not like hideous or anything. I'm just not the actual focal point of my channel. My pets, my work, my coloring, those are the focal point of my channel. So those are the things I tend to show. And if I'm doing a mostly faceless channel, I don't have to do my hair or put on makeup, which makes me happy. Nothing wrong with the people who do those things, but especially Mondays, which are my first day off, I like not doing that. And I do apologize if it takes me a minute to respond to your comments. I can't look at my picture and at my phone at the same time. That would be a neat trick if I could, though. So now, we're not going to go crazy with it. Oh, really? Sorry, occasionally you will hear me respond to my birds when they're chattering at me. They're over there doing kissy noises and stuff, trying to get my attention. I have one of the many types of birds that can be taught to talk, but you cannot teach them not to talk. That does not work. Once you've taught them, there is no getting them to stop, including when you want them to hush. I also forgot to turn my television down, so you might hear a fairly well-known streamer that I enjoy watching in my downtime. I'm trying not to let that be in there too much, though. I was aiming for tan, but I think I somehow turned this into an orange cat, which is kind of okay. I don't hate it. There we go. Sometimes I do go a little bit too quiet. I get focused on what I'm doing, and I even do that on my long form videos. I'll go for a few minutes where it's just me focused on what I'm doing and forgetting that I am supposed to be talking. Both are very pretty cats. I have just regular cats. They're not any fancy breed or anything. Unfortunately, people can be kind of awful sometimes. And more often than not, people will drop their cats on or near my property. And that's how I've ended up with all of the cats I have right now. As much as we can, we find them homes. But sometimes in their process of finding their way to us, they end up a little bit feral. So we have to work our way toward earning their trust and getting them friendly. So it's very hard to home an unfriendly cat. I love Sphinxes. They're neat cats. I would not personally want one. They need a lot of upkeep. They're very sensitive to temperatures, and I've already got my chinchillas for that one, and my birds for that matter. They have to be maintained and bathed certain ways, and I'm not one for putting clothes on animals. So, hello, Foxella. How are we doing today? I have enough exotic pets that I don't think I want to add an exotic cat to the mix. I don't know how I missed this whole area over here, didn't I? We're almost done with this guy. I think he's actually turned out really stinking cute. I don't get to do it too terribly often. I do lives here and on one other platform with them occasionally, but it is one of my favorite ways to unwind because I do work a lot. I do have a lot going on in the house with all of the pets. So this is my just relax and chill stuff. I love drawing, but I am terrible at it. I draw a really impressive stick figure. And that's about it. I definitely will leave drawing to the people with the talent for it. I wish I did. And it's kind of like sculpting. It's just not something that I will ever be overly good at. And I'm okay with that. There are so many wonderful ways to create art. I can trace really, really well. Like, I need to sharpen. Like, I work well with stencils. And what I'll do sometimes if I need something on a piece that I'm working with or working on, what I'll do is say I want this picture on something, but I'm not talented enough to really draw this picture. I'll cover the back of it with pencil, usually just black pencil, and then outline the picture. And then when you pick it up off of whatever you wanted it on, you have a light drawing of the thing that you wanted. And you can fill it in with marker or paint or however you wanted to do. You just have to be very hard with your pencil or marker or pen, whatever you're using to outline. I actually usually tend to use the tip of a paintbrush, not the brush part, but the tip of the handle, because it's really good for getting pressure without pushing through the paper and without actually marking all over it. So it takes practice and you need to be able to let yourself mess up. But I think that's the biggest thing, especially in this day and age. Everybody expects everything to be perfect the first try. Sometimes you just need to make a mistake and learn from it. And even make another mistake after that, as long as you're not making the same mistake over and over. You're learning, so that's okay. I could very easily have a box of kitties, but they don't cooperate very well at being put in them. I just have an area under my porch very full of them right now. Kittens are a lot of work, and they're really messy, and they're noisy, and they don't really know how to control their teeth or their claws yet. So I kind of get why your mom said no, because she probably would have had to do most of the work on that still. I don't, unless you have parents' permission to like post videos and stuff. If they're all right with it, you can. I think you can actually put them in our community section here on the channel, but definitely ask your family before you start putting pictures on the internet, because once you post something, it never really truly goes away. There we go. So that was the last of this. And I have been on here for 36, almost 37 minutes. So I am going to go have to end there. I am going to have to end for today, but I may try and hop back on tomorrow and we'll do a different picture. But I do thank everybody for coming in and hanging out with me. And I will talk to you guys next time.